Miyuki, the one who inherits the blood of the witch, a grand story of a girl with magical blood who loses and regains her power in the city. Chapter 1, The Girl Who Inherits the Witch's Blood. Incident 1, Guided by the spirits in the mountains. Deep in the mountains of Akita Prefecture lay a small village called Karikakure, hidden in the mist. This village was home to descendants of witches, people who had lived by the rule of coexisting with spirits for generations. Miyuki was born with the rare ability to hear the voices of spirits and sense the presence of souls. One evening before her 5th birthday, she was playing in the woods. When she realized she had wandered too far, the sky turned from red to purple, then was swallowed by darkness. She felt fear rising within her, until suddenly, a faint light flickered deep in the forest. Come this way. A whisper, like a gentle breeze. As if guided by an invisible hand, she followed the light. Moments later, she emerged near the village river. Miyuki. Her grandmother, Shino, rushed to her and hugged her tightly. The villagers murmured in disbelief. Where did she come from? The spirits guided me, Miyuki said simply. Her grandmother's eyes widened slightly, then she gave a small nod. You are special. The spirits are watching over you. Incident 2, The Death of Her Mother and the Village's Law. At 18, Miyuki lived a peaceful life with her mother and grandmother, but one day, her mother suddenly collapsed and passed away. During the night of the funeral, Miyuki sat beside the coffin and closed her eyes. She felt the faint presence of her mother. Mother? A warm breeze brushed against her cheek. However, the village elder sternly warned her, it is forbidden to touch the souls of the dead. Our law dictates that we must send them off in silence. Miyuki clenched her lips. Why? Why can't I hear my mother's final words? That night, she made a decision. I want to know more about the world. She would go to the city and discover whether her power was meant to help the living. Her grandmother, Shino, spoke. If you leave this village, the spirits may not reach you anymore. Still, Miyuki's resolve remained firm. Chapter 2, Losing Her Power in the City. Incident 3, The spirit's voice is fading as she leaves the village. Miyuki left the village before dawn, accompanied by her childhood friend Ren, but as they walked down the mountain path, something felt off. The rustling of the trees, once filled with quiet whispers, now sounded like mere wind. The singing of birds, once filled with meaning, was just noise. By the time they boarded the train, the voices of the spirits had completely vanished. They'll come back once I get used to the city, right? She told herself this, suppressing the unease creeping into her heart. Incident 4, The noise of the city drowns out the spirits. Tokyo welcomed her with blaring horns, crowds of people, and an endless sea of artificial lights. The air felt heavy, the wind unfamiliar. She could no longer sense people's auras or hidden emotions. I really can't hear anything anymore. Doubt started to settle in. Incident 5, Unable to help those in need. One day, Miyuki saw an elderly man collapse at the train station. In the village, she would have sensed his soul's distress, knowing what needed to be done, but now, nothing. All she could do was kneel beside him and ask, Are you okay? I can't do anything anymore, can I? Incident 6, The moment she knew she had lost her gift. A few days later, she found an injured crow by the roadside. Will it survive? Or is it? In the past, she would have known, but now, nothing. I really have lost my power. As she whispered those words, tears slipped from her eyes. Incident 7, False accusations and the coldness of the city. Miyuki started working at a cafe, trying to blend into city life, but one day, the store's money went missing, and she was accused of stealing. I didn't do it. No one listened. In the village, I would have sensed the real culprit immediately. The coldness of the city pushed her deeper into isolation. Incident 8, Ren's accident and true despair. Her only support, Ren, was in a car accident and fell into a coma. Miyuki rushed to the hospital and took his hand. Please, answer me, but she couldn't even feel his soul. How? I've really lost everything? Alone in her darkened room that night, she whispered a prayer. I just want to hear the spirits' voices again. Chapter 3, Reunion with the Spirits. Incident 9, The death of her grandmother and a new awakening. A few days later, a message arrived from the village. Her grandmother had passed away. Miyuki rushed home. Everything looked the same, except that the spirits felt so far away. In the candlelit room, her grandmother's lifeless body lay at peace. The familiar scent of sandalwood filled the air. She sat beside the coffin. Then, a breeze caressed her cheek. This feeling, a whisper, Miyuki. You are real. Tears filled her eyes. Does that mean my power isn't gone? Hope returned to her heart. Incident 10, saving a child from a fire. One night, flames engulfed a house in the village. There's still a child inside. The mother's screams cut through the chaos. Let me hear your soul's voice. Miyuki closed her eyes. I'm scared, a fragile whisper in her mind. The back room. Without hesitation, she dashed into the burning house. Through the smoke, she saw a small, trembling form. It's okay. Let's go together. She carried the child out, flames licking at her heels. As they emerged, cheers erupted. The mother wept as she embraced her child. Miyuki finally understood. The spirits' voices were never truly gone. Chapter 4, The Path of the Soul. Incident 11, Ren's miracle. Back in Tokyo, Miyuki sat beside Ren's hospital bed. If I listen, I'll hear him. She took his hand. Miyuki. A pulse of energy. Ren. Come back to me. Tears streamed down her face. His fingers twitched. A miracle had happened. Incident 12, confronting a fraudulent psychic. A self-proclaimed psychic told her she was cursed and demanded money. Miyuki calmly closed her eyes and said, You see nothing. The man's face twisted in fear. The real power is meant to help others. He fled without another word. Incident 13, the death of her dearest friend. Ren had recovered, and life had regained its warmth. But one morning, Ren? He sat motionless on the couch. His body was cold. Heart failure. No, this can't be happening. Tears blurred her vision, but then, a gentle presence. I'll see you in our next life. A soft breeze enveloped him. Final chapter, a new life. Ending, Miyuki chose to become a spiritual healer in the city. Those in pain sought her guidance. I will live with the spirits. As long as I am here, the blood of the witch will live on. She found her true purpose and walked forward, with the spirits by her side.